Have you ever thought of a library where the books are actually alive? Where every single voice tells a story that goes back thousands of years? Well, that's not science fiction, that's India. It's a nation where the sheer variety of languages is like a living, breathing testament to millennia of culture and history. And at its core, language is so much more than just a bunch of words, right? It's the code we use to connect with each other, to build our families, our communities, and really to define who we are. It's literally the sound of home. But what happens when technology gets it so wrong? Not long ago, if you Googled the ugliest language in India, you got a shocking answer. Kannada, a language spoken by over 40 million people. The backlash was immediate and intense, and you can see why. It sparked a really important conversation about how we value our languages in this digital age. So, to really get why that search result hit such a nerve, we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. We're going to start by trying to grasp the incredible scale of India's languages. Then, we'll journey back in time to their ancient roots. We'll also break down what it actually means for a language to be called classical, and how that very exclusive list just got a huge historic update. Okay, let's dive right in, and let's start with the scale of it all. Honestly, to call India a country sometimes feels like an understatement. In a lot of ways, it's more like a linguistic universe. And get ready for this number because it's kind of hard to wrap your head around. Census data shows there are over 19,500 distinct languages or dialects spoken as mother tongues across India. To put that into perspective for you, that's more languages than in all of Europe and the Americas combined. Just wow. And let's zoom in on the big ones. Over 500 million people speak Hindi. That's more than the entire population of the United States and Canada put together. Then you have Bengali and Marathi with tens of millions of speakers each. These aren't just languages, they are massive, vibrant cultural worlds. And this incredible diversity isn't just about geography. Every profession, every community kind of develops its own special language. I mean, take a look at this snippet from a construction proposal. It's filled with technical jargon that's a language all on its own. It's just a great reminder that language is always changing, always adapting to fit whatever we need it for. All right, so we have a sense of just how many languages are spoken in India today. But now let's take a journey back in time. Just how old are these voices? Let's listen for the echoes of some of the subcontinent's most ancient speakers. So, putting aside the modern-day numbers for a second, what about their roots? We know how many people speak these languages now, but how far back do their stories really go? Which of these voices have been echoing for thousands and thousands of years? And this is where things get really fascinating. This timeline is just incredible. Tamil, which is a Dravidian language from the south, has a recorded history stretching back 5,000 years. That makes it one of the oldest living languages on Earth. And you can see plenty of others, like Sanskrit and Kannada, have been around for at least 2,000 years. This isn't just history on a page, it's a living connection to the ancient world. Now, this kind of deep history is so important that the Indian government actually created a special status to honor it: classical language. It's a formal way to recognize and help protect a language with a really rich and ancient heritage. So what does it actually take to be classical? Well, and this is the key, it's not just about being old. A classical language has to have a rich, independent literary tradition of its own, a treasure chest of ancient texts that are a vital part of its cultural heritage. And the government is super specific about this. To get that classical title, a language has to clear 4 big hurdles. 1, it's got to be ancient. 2, it needs to have a valuable body of literature. 3, that tradition has to be original, not just copied from somewhere else. And 4, its classical form might even be different from how it's spoken today. So, for a very long time, only 6 languages made that cut. Tamil was first, back in 2004. It was followed by Sanskrit, then Telugu and Kannada, Malayalam, and finally Odia in 2014. And for a full decade after that, that was it. The list was closed. The classical club was, you could say, very exclusive. But all of that changed in 2024. A really historic decision was made that has just expanded this list in a huge way, recognizing even more of India's ancient literary traditions. Yep, in October of 2024, the Union Cabinet made a massive announcement. After years and years of proposals and expert reviews, that classical language club suddenly got a whole lot bigger.
So who are the new members? Marathi, Assamese, and Bengali were all officially granted classical status. And they were joined by two ancient languages you might not know. Pali, which is the language of the earliest Buddhist scriptures, and Prakrit, a group of languages spoken across ancient India for centuries. All five are now officially recognized for their profound heritage.
And look, this isn't just about bragging rights or a fancy title. This status unlocks real, tangible opportunities. It means more funding for research, new jobs for scholars, and dedicated university centers to study and preserve these languages. It's all about making sure these ancient voices don't just survive, but actually thrive in the 21st century. When you think about it, celebrating these languages is really about celebrating our shared human heritage. It's a powerful reminder that every single language is its own unique world. And that leaves us with a question, right? As we celebrate their past, how can we, in our own lives, help secure their future? What's one thing you can do today to celebrate the languages spoken all around you?